Ladies and fucking gentlemen, it's time for the one and only Rebar Show with your boy, JP Fingers, still no Wiseman, and I am joined by a very, very, very special reoccurring guest. Mo, what is this, number 3, number 4?
No, I think it's number 3 for me.
Number three, but
Number 3.
Mo, Tatlap Mo. Everybody knows Mo. Everybody knows Mo. Mo knows.
Mo knows maybe, but I don't think everybody knows
Mo
me.
knows. All right. So you recently got sort of we call it a new side gig.
Mm-hmm.
A new side gig. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the one only Rebar Show. We are joined by Tatlap Mo. Mo, how's things?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Just dealing with the lockdown, in whatever way we can. But yeah, I'm good.
The lockdown.
Yeah,
It's fucking horrible, dude. We just got golf courses back open now. So in Canada, I'm good.
Yeah.
Now. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I got my golf courses. That's all that I need. That's all.
Yeah. I think they opened those up over here as well. So that's good. At least they have that going on because the weather's changing.
That's
the
gorgeous
whole thing.
Now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Mo. Let's talk about your new little side gig. I call you my Moenager. My Moenager, which is Mo and manager. Combine it. Boom.
My new side gig. My new side gig is helping out. So everybody knows that JP and I are very good friends. I've been up there quite a few times, and I love the show. I will support the show any way I can, and just because of the people I know and people I've met, I was able to get a couple of New York-based comedians to do the one and only Rebar Show, including Robert Kelly, Aaron Berg, and Gino Visconti. And these guys are great. They're actually friends. They smoke, and everybody had great feedback after they were on the show. They had a great time. Aaron hit me up right afterward, talked to Bobby, said it was great. And Gino, same thing. Gino actually, the night that he did the show, hit me up right after it. He said, "Man, that was a great fucking time." that's
I
the whole
talk
thing.
to them regularly now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like
that's good.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's good. And I'm going to try to work on a couple of other people that I know that smoke. Call in a favor or two.
Mm-hmm.
No, we have a few people. As my good friend Phil likes to say, I know a few people. He knows a few people. So between us, we got it covered.
Mo's got the hookup. And that's why he's the Moenager. He's a Moenager. He's been on the show, 3 times now. We got the hat trick 3 times. He's hooked up. Fuck, I can't even before you had the title, Moenager. Well, it's only been the title for like a week or 2 weeks now.
A couple of weeks. That's all.
With the amount of other people you've hey, reach out to this person, or you reach out to, and you probably have at least, I want to say 6 to 8 guests on the show that was because of you.
Okay.
Or
I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, yeah, it might have been an idea that I threw at you when we were speaking, off, whatever, when we just talk normally during the week or whatever on the weekend when we get together, either to smoke or, we just go on, video chat with the other guys. But yeah, that's the whole thing, is that I'd rather pitch that to you because I think it's unique what you're doing. It's a little different. It's not the very structured, like, okay, so how long have you been in the cigar industry, and where did your and listen, there's a place for those podcasts. That's great. This isn't the place for that. You can ask it, and you might go like, no, fuck that. We're gonna do a Shooter's Gotta Shoot instead, or what's in Mo's mouth, or what's in. That's because that's the nature of your show. So that's how you come on. You come on, expect the unexpected, or don't, whatever. Expect the unexpected. Yeah, expect the unexpected.
Yeah, expect the unexpected. And if you expect it, it ain't going to happen.
Exactly.
That's what. So the big thing is with that, right? Everybody's doing those shows that are the exact same. Everybody's doing the exact same shows with the exact same guests.
Right.
Like, you talk to some of these people, and it's like, I did 3 podcasts this week.
Right.
And each of the podcasts, I'll ask the exact same fucking questions.
Right.
So, you're not doing anything different. My thing is, the relationships I have with people, with you especially, it's, I know you without cigars even in the equation.
Sure.
And it's, what's more to you without the cigars, or even with cigars, but just,
right.
It's everybody fucking that's on the show smokes cigars.
Right.
But, let's learn more about them. Like,
Hmm.
their hobbies outside of it, their passions outside of it. And it's just, a lot of them are
Exactly.
very funny people, very interesting people, very smart
Yeah,
people. But if you just
absolutely.
sit there, Mo, what's your favorite Connecticut blend cigar with
I know. With coffee.
and I
With
can't
coffee.
even think of any other info.
What do you like to smoke in the morning? Do you smoke? How many cigars do you smoke a day? Do you smoke before you go to bed? Do you, like I again, I'm
Yeah.
not taking anyway, and I'm not throwing shade at any of those podcasts. I think they're great. I think they have a place for it, especially the structure, because depending on you might have a tighter amount of time with
Yeah.
somebody. You really might want to know all of this, especially if it's somebody you don't know that much about or you've never really talked to them, you've never really met them. I'm lucky that I've met a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people, so I know them on a personal level. So for me, I couldn't do this. I could do it like I do my live on Instagram, and I have a killer time with that because these guys break my balls. The girls break my balls. I read the comments. I get a guest that pops in every once in a while. I had Oliver last Saturday night,
Oh yeah.
completely impromptu. He hit me up. We did almost 2 hours
Yeah.
last Saturday night. And then Wednesday night this week, I think I did what the hell did I do? I did almost 2 hours with Kim with Smokini.
Yeah. Yeah.
She just jumped on and said, "Hey, what's up?" And we went. And then I said, "Do you want to keep going?" I think we did like an hour and 40 minutes together,
Yeah. And
and it was great.
that's the crazy thing. You just doing it
Mm-hmm.
where it's so doesn't even like there's people out there that are trying to do what you're doing and
Mm-hmm.
make it like an actual fucking thing. And it's like yours is way better than what they're trying to do.
I'm just different. I'm just here to. I literally start Instagram Live and go, I don't even know if anybody's going to come on tonight. It might be 5 people. It might be 40 people.
Yeah.
I have no idea. And I was breaking Kim's chops the other night because I said, I'm watching the viewership just go straight up. And I'm like, I said, Kim, that's you. She goes, no, more people know. I'm like, bull. I said, bullshit. I call BS right now because I'm literally watching it just go, okay, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 44. And it just kept going up.
You're like,
So,
no,
yeah,
Kim, it's
but
definitely you. This guy just asked
yeah,
what bikini I'm wearing.
yeah, exactly. He said, "Are you going to do a bikini challenge?" No, you don't want to.
No.
I said tankini or a tasteful one piece.
I could see you rocking the one piece, definitely.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes. But yeah, no, I'm not even trying to do a show. Like a couple people said, do. I'm like, it's not. I'd rather do the Instagram live every once in a while and just kind of go out there and see people and just hey, whatever. Just answer any questions, comments. If I get the occasional guest that wants to pop, you and I've done Instagram live together as well.
We we
Yeah,
were on a streak and then it ended because I got too drunk one night.
yeah. We were trying to do Pudgies and Port, but
Pudgy and Port
Pudgy,
Wednesdays. Was it
Pudgy,
Wednesday?
and, Pudgy and Port Wednesdays, Tuesday. I don't even know what
Yeah.
day it was.
It was I had a sweet gig at work for a little
Mm,
bit where I was off certain days of the week and paid for
hmm.
it, and then it just stopped, and it's like fuck.
Yeah, nah,
And
that's all right. It
I hit,
changes. It changes.
I hit the port, and it's just
Hmm.
like I'm getting drunk tonight. Like first glass,
I
and it's
know
like I'm getting drunk tonight.
because
Like
it's sweet. It's that fortified wine with the brandy, and it's sugary, so it tastes great. Tastes like
yeah,
you're drinking grape juice.
yep,
So you're just like, yeah, And me, I'll drink a half a bottle without okay, without even thinking about it.
yeah. It's just and you know what? It actually goes really well with the cigar.
It does. That was the
So
first pairing that I used to do with cigars. I mean, coffee was probably the first thing, but when I got into drinking something with a cigar, and that was because my Cuban friend, he goes, you had a heavy Cuban accent. You ever drink Porto? I said, yeah, man, I drink Porto. He goes, no, you ever drink it with a cigar? I'm like, okay, let's do it. So we started drinking port, and that was it. 6 grapes, grams, Sandeman, all of the different companies that make it, the everything. It was good.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get into the things. This is the one and only Rebar show. And the one and only Rebar is brought to you by United Cigars. You got to start living United. You got to start smoking United. Go to your local retailers, get United, ask for United. Try to get that in there. Go to
Hmm.
UnitedCigarGroup.com. There's a list of all the online retailers that will get United Cigars to your doorstep. Live United, smoke United. Life's a lot fucking easier. All right. I got
You're
to
going
do
to
a
do
little
the,
disclaimer,
uh,
Mo.
I was going to say you're going to do the disclaimer. Go ahead.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it. That's how you know Mo's been on 3 times. He's like, "This is we can say this now, then we say
Yeah.
this."
I was waiting for the disclaimer because the other night I did my disclaimer. I was like, this has nothing to. This does not reflect on Tatuaje cigars or Havana Cellars, because I don't want anybody to go back and go, you know what Mo said on
Yeah,
the
yeah. Mo
Instagram.
said this.
But listen, my shit is wide open. The other night, Dan was on making comments, and Casey popped on real quick. So I'm like, they hear what I say. Pete's been on,
Hey,
so it's fine.
you know how you
Go
can
ahead.
get away with it? You just gotta be like, "Look, Casey, you've been on the Rebar.
Yeah, you've been on a rebar. You know what it's
On the
like.
Rebar, man."
That's all right. Go ahead. Say your disclaimer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say some stupid stuff. Mo likely not gonna say some stupid stuff. Very well
Very
educated, very well spoken. You know what? We're gonna say some stuff you may love, you may like, you may not like. You know what? We say it. It's not affiliated with any of the sponsors. It's not affiliated with anything else that we do. We're gonna say some stupid shit. If you don't like it, fuck it. Make like a horse's dick. Hit the road. Get the fuck out of here. All right.
All right.
Well, we're good now, Mo. We're good. We can talk about anything now.
What's in JP's mouth? That's what I want to go. I'm going first.
All
What's
right.
in JP's mouth?
No. So that's something else, though.
Oh,
So,
that's something else.
Mo, well, I'm like a fucking NASCAR man with all these sponsors on me.
I know. I got to wait for the sponsor. I'm sorry. I got excited. I knew it was a product
Oh, wrong
placement.
sponsor. Wrong sponsor.
Wrong sponsor. I'm sorry. Oh shit. Okay, sorry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for what we're smoking, what we're drinking, and that's brought to you by Luxury Cigar Club. You don't want to waste your time with any of these other monthly Cigar Club subscriptions. It's in the name. You got to go with what's in the name, and that's luxury. Hit them up. Use promo code Rebar and get yourselves cigars delivered to your doorstep every day. Not every day, once a month. You'll get, or I mean, if you want, you can get it delivered every day, but that's on you. Promo code Rebar ain't gonna get it to your door every day. It'll save you a little bit of coin, but that's on you. Monthly Cigar Club subscription. Hit them up. LuxuryCigarClub.com. All right, Mo.
Nice.
What are you smoking? What are you drinking?
I'm smoking the new TAA 2020 Tatuaje.
Ooh.
Yeah. I decided to go with something that would last for a little bit.
It's flashy too.
It's flashy.
It's flashy.
Flashy. Yeah, like me, because I'm flashy. I'm a t-shirt and jeans. That's flashy.
TAA, 3 letters. Mo, 3 letters.
Mm-hmm.
It goes together. And you know what? It's actually, I really like this year's band because it's so different than all the other years.
Yeah, I really do. I think it was really, really well designed. I dig the black and gold. I think it looks amazing. Yeah, definitely. I like the cigar too. I mean, right out of the box, it's smoking great. It's a Sumatra. It's got
see, I didn't want to geek out and ask what it is, but I'm actually curious as what it's Sumatra.
No, it's a Sumatra. Yeah, it's a 5 5/5/8, I think. Yeah, 5 5/8, 54 Sumatra.
I don't want to geek out even more, but Tatuaje Sumatra, probably some of the best shit to age.
Absolutely.
Like, what is it? The Jekyll, the Hyde.
The
Hyde now, holy smokes, man!
Yeah, any of the kappas, if you have the 7th kappa or the 2012 Kohonu kappa, the Sumatra, any of that stuff. Even our Series P, that budget. I smoked some 7-year-old Series P one day, and I went, "What the fuck was this?"
Yeah, and it's like this isn't what a $4 cigar tastes like.
No, exactly. That's what I went. I'm like, this shit is, how much is this? I'm like, can I get like 10 boxes that I can age for 7 or 8 years? All
right. What am I smoking? What am I drinking? I literally, I'm like, fuck, what did we talk about before the show? This is the Double D, and this is the unbanded Double D. Man, I think I've had it for at least 3 or 4 years.
Where'd you get it from?
I believe it was Sully.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he would have them.
Sully,
that was made for Tobacco Plaza for Danny Ditko at Tobacco Plaza in Long Island.
All right, that's what I'm smoking, and of course the fucking nice weather, feeling fine.
Twisted tea,
American vintage twisted tea.
Nice.
It's my go-to, and
very nice.
I mean, I can't complain about it.
I haven't started drinking yet today. I just have water for me right now. But later tonight, while I'm watching the latest episode of Rebar, I will definitely be drinking tonight.
I mean, I think you have to drink for it and just try not to be offended.
Yeah.
It's one of my more offensive. It's not even, I mean, what is
one
offensive?
of my more offensive episodes.
I mean, but what is offensive though? Why take offense to
Right,
something? The amount of effort people take to be offended by something, where it's
right,
just, look at the big picture. Why? It's not like you directly.
right.
It's just like it's just a statement, and you know what I mean. There's a lot of people out there that are gonna think it's funny. So
Mm,
that's when you sit back and be like, why am I offended by it? Right?
exactly.
It's different if I'm like so and so doing this, lives here, blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, I get offended by that. I called you out.
Right.
So it's
Yeah,
and that's something that you've been lining people up outside of the cigar world, but still smoke cigars.
absolutely.
And it's something that the more and more I think about it, it's like, what, that's how I can be different,
Right.
right? As branching out with everything and just having everybody of all walks of life.
Sure. I mean, because you know what it is. Again, this is what I say it, and I know I sound like a broken record. This is what brought those people into our lives, and
Yep.
that's what brought us together. It was this share the leaf. It was the social experience of smoking cigars with somebody, or somebody going, "Hey, you smoke cigars? Oh, I smoke cigars too.
Yep.
Have you ever been to this place? Have you ever? Yeah. Oh, well, what do you do? I sell cigars for a living. Oh shit, really? Wow. I said, yeah, that's what I do. I said, out in New York, New Jersey, my territory, and let's go. And
And
they're like, oh,
Buffalo.
okay, I'll meet you over here and we'll do this. And that's how it ended up, with Bobby and,
Mhm.
Aaron, Gino. And I met Gino because of Aaron, and I was on their show back last December, and we had a great time. And Gino was solid. And we went out for his birthday afterward. We smoked cigars, met a couple of other people, and some of the people are pretty big, that I've met, and most because of Bobby, actually, because Bobby was kind of that catalyst. Because we would go to this party for his son in June normally, and this year I don't think it's going to happen because of everything going on.
Mhm.
But it would be the who's who of New York comedy there, and you're just looking, going, is that Colin Quinn? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, am I standing next to Colin Quinn on a line to get ice cream? I'm like,
Do I get
yeah,
sprinkles or don't I get sprinkles? This
I
could be
know.
awkward.
And that's the whole thing, is that there was just all these people, and everybody was so cool, and everybody was just very chill. A couple of them, they sat to themselves and they did their thing. And, you don't infringe on that because that's what they're doing. But a
Hmm.
lot of the other ones I've met, and Bobby, I've sat in on his podcast a couple of times, not sit in to do anything. I've just kind of sat in the background. One year I was there for the Christmas episode, and he made me wear a Christmas tree hat on my head. For So if you watch the episode, I have to find it and send it to you. Like, you just see me in the background when they cut to this one camera shot, and I'm just sitting on the couch with a Christmas tree on my head,
You're
because
the
that's
little
what I
hat
do.
man, though.
I am the little hat. Yeah, that was something that started years ago, and if you guys haven't seen it, I do post it from time to time, and especially on St. Patty's Day, because I have a little leprechaun hat that I took a picture with, and everybody thought it was just hilarious. So yeah.
I need you to say one thing that
Hmm.
in my entire life I never thought I would actually get to hear it
Hmm.
out of the actual person's mouth.
Hmm.
And that's, when you're smoking with Aaron, you're smoking with
Right.
Bobby, you're smoking with Gino,
Hmm.
what are you smoking?
Hmm.
You gotta say it though.
What? What are you
Smoking
smoking?
fucking bats.
Smoking bats. Oh yeah, we gotta smoke some bats. It's a good bat. That's
It's just a
Bobby. That
Friday night and all you want is just fucking smoke a bat.
You just want to smoke a bat. It's just a good bat. I love Bobby. I love when he calls them bats.
Dude, it was the episode was going on. We're talking. And I'll say,
Yeah.
yeah, you just grab a good fucking bat.
Hmm.
And I was like, holy fuck, there it is. I'm like, Mo, I've heard you say it for probably like 2, 3
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
about Bobby, and it's like to hear it, and I'm just like, oh
Oh my
man,
God.
yes.
He does. He does have he has, and when the Boston accent comes out every once in a while, especially when he says cocksucker, it's like, cocksucker. You see, fucking cocksucker. Like, oh damn.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
He
That's
has
cool.
that one, and he has the other one. He has the, what the fuck was
Oh yeah,
that?
oh yeah. We were
Right?
doing
He
finish
has
kind of
that.
cute. What
Yep.
the
What the
fuck?
fuck? It's so him, and it's just such a thing. But anyway, Bobby's a good friend, man. I love that guy. He's great.
Yeah, he's solid,
Mm.
solid. It was great to have on the show. Great talking about
Yeah.
it. Great fucking guy. Great guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right. I got a question for you, Mo.
Go ahead. Hit me.
You've been involved in a few of these answers. So now I
Okay.
need your answer on the question.
Okay.
If you have to go rollerblading with 3 people in the industry, who are you rollerblading with? You plus 3 other people.
Me plus three other people rollerblading. Definitely Dan Welsh, Surrogate Stan, because he actually does rollerblade. Steve from My Father Cigars, the rep,
Okay.
because Steve, they made a rollerblading card for him as like a kind of a caricature thing, and it was great. It was just Steve with the rollerblades, and I'm trying to think of who's the third person in the industry. You know who I would love to see on roller, I can't even say rollerblades, is golfer Jerry.
Yeah. You know
I
what?
would love to see Jerry
That's yeah.
on rollerblades because us two old geezers on there with Dan, who's actually knows how to roll. Like I don't, and maybe Jerry's great. He probably plays street hockey and knows what's going on. And I'm going to be the only one with bad ankles falling down like every 3 feet.
The fucked up thing with this question is, right?
Yeah.
I've been asking it probably for like the past probably 2 months,
Hmm.
and it's most people are like, "Oh, rollerblading, like fuck that,"
Hmm.
and then the past couple guests are like, "Oh, rollerblading, like yeah, I love rollerblading," and it's like, well, fuck
Yeah.
that. I mean, it almost defeats the whole purpose of the question, and then you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, Dan Welsh, yeah, roll," and it's just like,
Yeah. Dan
shit.
Welsh.
Well, you
Well,
know,
because he did that video of him rollerblading
you're
and
right, you're
actually
right, you're right.
smoking.
Now I fucking remember that,
Yeah, that's why I'm
and
like,
it's
yeah, he would do great.
you want to pick people that you're just like they have no chance at rollerblade, no chance.
Exactly.
And then it's just like, well, this guy rollerblades. I mean,
Yeah.
Steve's fit. Like, he probably does
Yeah.
rollerblade or roller skate, right?
He could. He could. Yeah. I bet you he could get away with it and do
He
it.
got his dog towing him around everywhere.
That's it.
The same thing with Bobby Kelly. He's like, oh, when I was young, we
Hmm.
always used to play street hockey, and it's just
There you
like,
go. See, exactly.
and then he actually had a crazy rollerblading story.
Hmm.
Yeah, where he said the comedian's name and I can't remember. Was rollerblading down Manhattan area. Bobby starts to make fun of him. The guy rollerblades by doing like these S's,
Hmm.
smacks his iced coffee out of his hand.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's
Oh,
sometimes
that's great.
rollerblading's innocent. Sometimes it's like, no, it's like you end up and it's like, now we just have a rollerblading conversation.
Hmm.
It's like,
Exactly.
all right. So it could be really awkward or not awkward at all. And
I think I'll be the awkward, and the other three will do great, and I'll just be the.
yeah, that's got to
I'll.
put you like, man, maybe 6'10".
Mm.
You with roller skates on? Yeah.
Six, yeah, probably 6'6", 6'7", maybe. I don't know how tall they actually are. Oh, maybe taller actually,
I mean,
probably
you're probably talking probably 4 inches.
4 inches. Yeah, so 6'7", 6'8". Then.
All right. I picked Wiseman yesterday
Yeah,
because I was like, dude, that you got to be almost 7 feet with that
I
on.
was gonna say Wiseman and end up being 7 feet tall.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah,
He's fuck, what is he? 6'7". So I
yeah,
mean,
he's
he'd
six
be
seven.
6'11".
He'd be 6'11" at
So six
least.
eleven, stand up
Yeah.
on his little roller skates like that.
Hmm.
Guy's 7'1".
Hmm.
7'1". All right. One of the other questions I've been asking people is your Mo is, and I know your age.
Hmm.
What would yourself now tell your 20-year-old self? Advice, a tip, would you tell yourself anything? What would you tell yourself to do something different? Or would you not do anything different? Could be with anything.
Um, I've always thought about that. I've thought about like if I can go back and do. I think I would have done what I initially went to college for, which was finished architecture. I really liked it. And I think I was rebelling because my dad was a teacher at the college that I went to. So of course you're like, fuck, I don't want to be. I'm gonna go get a business degree, And yeah, I should have stayed with it. It would have probably been a lot more lucrative, a little bit different. But I think that, thinking about it, I go, but then I wouldn't have met this
That's
whole
that's the thing,
that
right?
it would give you a completely different trajectory for your life. Would I have smoked cigars? Probably, because I was smoking cigars in high school, like at the end of high school. We
Hmm.
still, we discovered backwoods and Tiparillos and
All the good,
Dutches,
all the good stuff.
all the good stuff, the Garcia Vegas, Cristals, and the, whatever. But yeah, I mean, would I have continued? Probably. I don't know, but I think that,
But that's what you think. It's like, who would you know though? Right?
exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, for all
It
we
would
know,
be it
you
would
may
be a
have never
completely
even
different.
smoked a tattoo.
Right. It would be a completely different set of people. It would be like, I mean, literally when they talk about just a different timeline, I mean, it would be, if this was my timeline here, and at that point at 20, I would just go here, and it would be kind of parallel, but not even
Yeah.
in that same universe where we wouldn't be talking. And
Yeah.
you know
Oh
what?
no,
And honestly,
definitely not. Definitely not.
everything that I've done, I'm okay with. I'm okay with the retail. I'm okay with the corporate America jobs. I'm definitely okay with working for Tatuaje. Love the company and obviously the cigars and the cigar industry itself. And I mean, going to a cigar shop and having a guy go, about cigars. You want to come work part time? I'm like, sure. You know how to work a register? Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. Here's the keys, and that
You,
was it.
you know what? Thinking about it, it's
Hmm.
I don't think you'd be as rad as you are if you were just doing the architecture, right?
Hmm.
You do not. I don't want to use the word reserved, but you just
Hmm.
be like,
It is. It's very different because
yeah,
of
you,
all the different
you're like
jobs
in
I've
full
had,
suit every day, like, well, you know,
the, of all
10
the
feet
different
here,
jobs.
roof.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Doing drawings all day and meeting with people and the construction part of it, talking, doing plans, whatever it happens to be. Um, I enjoyed it. Like even in high school, I took mechanical drawing, um, but can you imagine like if I didn't go work as a bouncer at a couple of like, strip clubs? If I wasn't a shoe salesman, if I didn't deliver pizza, if I didn't, those were all jobs I had. Went to a local college afterward. Still stayed in touch with my friends. Got
Hmm.
to hang out with them while we were in college after. So yeah, it was very different. It was a whole different, set of life
Yeah. Oh,
experiences. Yeah,
100%. And
yeah.
I want to say 18, 19 to like
Hmm.
25. That's when you actually discover
Hmm.
who you are or who you're gonna become, right? Like
Right.
who you're really gonna become. Like I was honestly probably up until maybe like 23, 24. I wasn't as loud as I am now, and I guess as
Hmm.
outgoing. I was still outgoing, but not
Right.
like I knew I guess I had a filter then a little bit. And I was just like, nah, I won't say that. Not everybody's, most people aren't gonna get it, right? Like I had my
Right.
couple friends that, they thought it was fucking hilarious, but
Right.
you say that in front of a bunch of other people and they're like, holy, like I remember we were probably 21. We were riding a skate park almost in Toronto, and it was from a D12 rap song, and I was like, sodomize this bitch with the tire iron.
Hmm.
And this guy I was riding with was just looking at me like, thought I was dead serious. And it's just like, dude, you gotta fucking relax for a minute and just
Yeah.
like, if you think I would fucking do that,
Hmm.
like, yo, check yourself for a minute and
Yeah.
and then he sort of channeled it down a little bit, channeled it down, and then
Right. Right.
the rebar started, and it was just like, this is mine. Nobody can kick me out of here.
Hmm.
I can do whatever the fuck I want, right? And that's those are those critical years, right? Where it's
Hmm.
I think I was 26, 27 when the rebar started, and then it was
Hmm.
just grew, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's those. It's I got into my career then.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. And for me, I actually didn't get into a career until later. I mean, I was doing different jobs. I didn't have a career until a friend of mine offered me a job as an analyst at a phone company for like AT&T. Well, it was before AT&T bought them, but that was my job. And then I got in and I hated it. The first week I almost quit.
Yeah,
I almost didn't, man, these guys were like, they had bets on me. They had a betting pool to see if I was going to quit within,
yeah,
a week. And I almost did. And I kind of stuck it out and I wrote it out for a while and it was different and gave me some experience, gave me some people to meet and, jumped for corporate America for a while, laid off for a while, went back to corporate America for a while. And then the Tatuaje thing just, came up and it was just, I mean, it was great. It's like literally, it's like, you want to change your career? I'm like, sure. Casey was like, you want to like, yeah, man, I'm in. I'm
that's
in. Love the
awesome.
Eagle, love the product, and for them,
Honestly, you come to mind. Somebody's like Tatuaje, and it's like, oh,
mhm,
Mo.
mhm,
Like seriously, you do. Like to a lot of people, I don't know if you realize this or not, or think about it. It's, dude, you're on the same scale with Dan, Casey, Pete. Like seriously, you're on. Like it's like I could go to this shop to meet, you know, one of the other guys, or I could go to this shop to smoke with Mo. It's like
mhm.
Mo.
Yeah, you know what? While I appreciate that, and I've, a couple people said that, I do truly appreciate it. I'm humbled to even be included because I think that what they do, because it's just a matter of what I do and how I try to utilize social
Yeah.
media,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
try to
you do it
interact.
well. You do it really well.
That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to use it. I'm trying to give somebody either a shout out if he tags me. And here's the little secret: if you tag me and Pete, I have no problem. I usually wait to see if Pete's going to repost it, and if he doesn't, then I post it. But a
Yeah.
lot of times I know he was doing it, and I know during quarantine it's been a lot different with
Yeah.
social media and what's going on. But anybody that usually tags me or even comments or whatever, I always like to comment back. That's the only part of it I think that's different for Dan and Casey. Obviously, they're doing different jobs than I do, so
Yeah.
I have a little bit more. I have a little bit more free time to play with social media, try to get that shot that I want to get, or shoot a video. I've been shooting those unboxing videos on Tuesdays just as a something different, while we've been doing, I think I even started it before quarantine, but I just wanted to do something different because I figure it's the same. You're seeing a still static photo of a
Yeah.
cigar, and as beautiful as you can make it be. And our buddy Paul 7-9, he's amazing
One
at
of the
it.
best. One of the
Our
best, man.
our buddy Eric Erect, he does a
Yeah.
memory lane. Again, amazing some of the stuff he does. Even Sensei
Yeah.
does some
Hell yeah.
beautiful work. So all of those guys make them beautiful, but they don't post as many cigars on the regular, except
No.
for Paul and
No,
Eric.
but
They
you know
do.
what though? When you talk to Paul, like I'll talk
Hmm.
to him throughout the day, like almost every day.
Hmm.
And it's just like, there's days with that dude where he's just finishing work and it's like 6 cigars deep. And
Yeah,
he's like, I didn't even post a single one though.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Paul was one of the first real dudes that I've ever like spent a full day with where he's just like, no, I just smoke a cigar now.
Yeah.
Like he literally just smokes a cigar to smoke a cigar.
Yeah, even me.
And
I do the same now more so,
yeah,
and I don't post as many, and I'm trying to cut back. I mean, again, the nature of social media for me has been, and I tell anybody that's asked, and I'll tell, I don't, not that I don't care about social media. I do. I obviously use it as a tool. I use it to
yeah,
communicate with people, but I'm not so self-absorbed that I go, I got to get more followers. I got to do this. I
yeah.
joke and I go, dude, all I want to do is just break 10,000 followers. That's all I want to do. I just want to have a little fun with it, just so I can see that 10K,
If
and then
everybody,
I'm done. I don't really care.
whoever listens to this, if you don't follow Mo, you'll never get a sticker from me ever. Ever, ever, ever.
But yeah, that's
I
it.
didn't want to play hardball. I didn't want to play hardball.
Nah. But with those guys, like I said, Dan's doing some great stuff. Dan is very artistic, creative. Casey does the most amazing, like sunrise, sunset shots. His
Yeah, the
bus,
bus stop photos, man.
dude, his bus stop photos are killer. I don't think anybody's doing a better, like a photo like that. And it's
Yeah.
kind of made it his thing. That's his thing.
Oh yeah.
Anybody else who started to do it would be obviously biting what
Yep.
he's doing, and that's his thing. So Dan does his thing. Dan does the bands, and I tried to do it a couple of times, and I do them every once in a while where stack a band artistically on an angle and shoot. For me, it's about the angles. For me, it's about maybe a filter. Sometimes it's a no filter, whatever it
Yep.
happens to be. Today, I just posted a whole bunch of shirts that we had from the trade
Dude,
show.
that was honestly seeing like that's fucking history, right?
Right.
And just
That's
seeing
that's
that, I was like, I've never actually seen that shirt until now.
that's 5 years of shirts, and I figured everybody'd want to see them because a lot of times we have photographs taken, like we're shooting and we're doing something while we're like we're at the show. So you might see me wearing the Tat Lat one, or the one that whichever, like the PJHC back in black,
Mhm.
or the Black Flag one, whatever it happens to be, or the Black Label,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever, anything like that. So yeah, I figured, hey, here you go. Here's some shirts, and
And
especially, and the main one, which I put at last, which is really what, you figure tatuaje, especially with, the metal signs and everything else, is that área fumado.
yep.
Respetamos su elección, pero fume tatuaje. We, we respect your choice, but smoke tatuaje,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
you
Dude,
know?
go with the best, man. Go with the best.
Yeah.
One thing I don't know if people know about Mo or not, but Mo is a nostalgic collector.
Hmm.
Some of the stuff I have received from you, and some of it hasn't even been photographed yet. I have
Hmm.
I honestly, I probably have the sickest hat collection now because of Mo.
You saw, and I got more upstairs. I found more
Like
while I was
some
while
of
I was
these hats
purging.
that I have, just dude, I'm waiting for a nice summer day with an outfit like this, and it's just like
Hmm.
boom, and people are like, "What the like?"
Where'd you get that
You
from?
name it. I have a Goldschlager hat,
Yeah, that's it.
a Goldschlager painter's hat.
Yep,
Nobody has that. Nobody has like,
they
and,
were out
and
there.
it's but and it the crazy thing is I wish I did it more like from growing up and keeping my
Yeah.
stuff right. It's seeing that stuff right,
Hmm.
and it's just you look at one of those one of these hats, and it's like cigarette companies
Hmm.
would promote their stuff openly, give you a hat. This is you'd be in a bar and you'd be able to get a cigarette hat.
That's where I got them from. I used to work at a college bar. Thursday night was the college night for Montclair State when it was. I don't think it was Montclair State University yet. I think it was still called Montclair State College. And Thursday night, and this one guy asked me to come work. The owner of this local place in the same town where the strip club was in, and he said, "Can you come work Thursday nights for me? Because I want you to work the door. I got a couple of guys." I said, "Yeah, yeah." And the guys used to come, and the guy would bring the cigarette people would bring because they knew everybody was legal.
Yep.
So they would come in and would give you free samples of cigarettes, lighters, swag, hats, whatever it happened to be. It was amazing. And we used to get
That,
the Joe Camel. Remember the Joe Camel with like the
oh yeah.
very and that was the whole thing. That was right around that time. And that was in the 90s. That's going back shit almost 30 years.
And that's the crazy thing, right? It's like 90s. It's not that
Yeah.
long ago. But when you look at how it was then
Hmm.
compared to how it was now,
Yeah.
I mean, one really good reference is to something that looks like it stood still in time.
Hmm.
Virtual cigars.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I go in there and it's just that was my first ever cigar shop.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and just going in there, there's that one area of it where it's just like time stood still, and
Hmm.
it's like this was when you know tobacco ruled the world.
Right.
It still does
Yeah.
rule the world, but it's like you just yeah,
Yeah.
it's an unreal spot to see,
Yeah.
just to walk into and just to be in there, and just the people that come in there because they've been going there for like 20 years.
Hmm.
They've been
It's the
going there
same.
for so
Yeah.
long, right? Like
Yeah.
it's the
There's only
nostalgic of it, right? The
exactly.
nostalgia of it.
That's the nostalgia because there's only a few shots, at least in my territory, that have been around, 25 plus years.
I
But I
actually
know
don't
there
know how
is,
long Virgil's been in business.
yeah,
Was I close?
I'll have to ask Bob.
I mean, they got pictures there with fucking Jim Belushi smoking a cigar, and he
Oh,
had
yeah.
hair.
Oh, yeah. I bet you it's 30 plus years. I bet you it's 30 at least, if not more.
I think on their matches they actually have the
Mm,
date when they started, and I just
mm.
huge blank right now, huge blank.
Well, I'll have to check it out.
But yeah, I mean, it's certain things just holding on, and
Hmm.
especially cigars, alcohol, tobacco, just the
Yeah.
nostalgia in it of how it was then and how accepted it was. And
Hmm.
it's that wasn't even accepted. It was like you have to do this.
Yeah.
And it's crazy looking back on a lot of that stuff. Like even the way bottles change, right? Even the way
Hmm.
labels change, boxes change.
Right.
It's a crazy thing to think of, right? When it's
Yeah.
you see those old cigar boxes where it's like 5 cents a cigar,
Right.
and it's
I find old boxes of companies that don't exist anymore.
yeah, yeah,
Those are the ones that I find. And when I was upstairs in my bedroom and I was looking and I had like a bunch of old receipts in there, I'm like, oh shit, I don't need these. These are like 20. I'm like, all right, throw those out. I'm like, what box is this? And I
yeah.
was looking, I'm like, Astral. I'm like, holy shit, Astral. This was like 1995, 96. I
Damn,
remember when these cigars were out and there was, yeah, it's just, I have some old boxes. I mean, it's just, crazy. I keep a lot. I keep, if not all the tatuaje boxes, because I really do
oh
have
yeah,
a plan to do a wall project with it. And I'm just, I'm kind of laying it out. I know what I want to do with it,
hmm
but it's like it's just growing. It's almost taken up like an entire wall in my kitchen because I have all these boxes. And I
dude.
remember I posted it recently, and my friend Heather looked at it, and she was like, "Dude, enough boxes there?" I'm like, "Nope, still need more."
Dude, the crazy thing is they're beautiful.
Hmm.
Like you've been here, and it's I have some areas that are all put together, and just like dude,
Hmm.
even behind me, just dude,
Yeah,
you put boxes on the wall, no matter how you put them on there, and it's just cool.
yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
just it's cool. It's
Yeah.
what have you been smoking, and just
Hmm.
what are some of your you could tell everything in here. You
Yeah.
know what I mean, and it's art. It's fucking
Yeah.
art.
I
Their
think it
art.
is.
It's just a box, and it's even more art when you fucking put it on a wall, and whatever you fucking do with it, it's crazy. It's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Mo.
Hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for what is in Mo's mouth, and that's brought to you by the best beard oil in the business. That's Bearded Buffalo. You got to hit them up. BeardedBuffaloOils.com. Use promo code Rebar. This is the only shit I use in my beard, and my beard is mint. All right, Mo. One puff
Hmm.
off the cigar, 3 words. Any 3 words. Little retro.
Little retro. Spice.
Okay.
Sweet. Cocoa.
Oh, that's my stripper name.
Spicy sweet cocoa.
Spicy sweet cocoa. I got a
Coming
little
to,
bit for
I know,
everybody.
it'd be like this. It'd be like this right now. Coming to the stage right now. Our next dancer is Spicy Sweet Cocoa. Put your hands together. You didn't know I used to be a DJ, man.
Mo's
Oh,
DJ Mo. DJ
I
Mo.
did. I was actually DJ Mo Money. I got that name from a friend named Marvis. And here's how small the world is. I'm at a local shop. I'll tell you a quick story. I'm at a local shop, and I'm talking to a guy over at Sanja's, and I've known him for a while. And he said, "Oh yeah, and he was talking about where he grew up." And I said, or when he graduated, where he grew up. And I'm like, "Hey, did you know so and so Marvis?" And I said his last name, and he went, "I went to high school with him." I go, "Get the fuck out of here." He goes, "Yeah." I go, "Are you kidding me?" I go, "I used to work the door at the club, and he was the DJ." He pulls him up on his Facebook. I'm looking. I'm like, "That's the fucker right there,
That's
man. That's
wild.
him."
That's
But that's how
and
that's how small the world was.
I mean, you live in a fucking huge city.
Yeah.
Huge city. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why I always just say ladies and gentlemen in front of a segment. I don't know why, but all right, it's time for shooters got to shoot. Not going to be your normal shooters got to shoot. I wasn't prepared, but what we're going to do is we need to know when Mo took his shot or shots,
Okay.
whatever. It could be, just chances you did this and that led to this, whatever, something you think where you gambled on what you did. And that's brought to you by Cigars and Guns. When you're looking for all your Second Amendment apparel, you got to hit up Cigars and Guns. Puff, puff, pew, pew. All right, Mo. When's a very volatile time you shot your shot? You know what I mean? The results, was it worth it? Was it not worth it? It could be you shot your shot and it just wasn't worth it.
Okay. I have one in mind. So I was at the supermarket, not looking my best. It's a Sunday and hat on. I think I might have even still had hair back then, and shit was coming up out of the back of the hat, and probably a stain on my sweatshirt. It was like shit you wore on a Sunday. Like you didn't
It's a
really want to be
Sunday.
seen.
You
You
don't
didn't want
care.
to be seen in it exactly. And I'm standing online to check out, and there's a woman in front of me that's very attractive, and she's looking back and smiled, and I smiled, and I said, "Oh man, damn, I'm like, I look like shit." And then we started talking because the woman in front of her was paying with a check. This tells you how many years ago it was because it wasn't an ATM card or a debit or whatever. And we're just like, people still use checks. I'm like, wow, whatever it was. So anyway, I thought we had kind of a moment. I thought we had a moment, and I was like, shit, I should have said something. So I have to go to the bank, which is in the same kind of strip mall,
Yeah.
and she's there in the vestibule getting money out of the machine. So I literally said to her, I go, "I'm not stalking you." She started laughing. I'm like, "Listen, I thought we had kind of a,
That
a
moment,
little
that fucking
that little moment, that
you stare,
connection,
it's just like,
that
oh my
connection,
God.
that connection." And she said, "Yeah." I said, "I just have to ask, are you single?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Would you like to go, have a drink sometime, grab something to eat?" And she said, "Sounds good." And she took my number, and I half expected to not hear from her. And 2 days later, she hit me up, and we went. It was a one day, one date sort of thing. And I think she was, we were just on different pages, but it was take the shot,
Yeah.
take the shot. Why not? The worst that she could do was say, I'm not interested. Thank you. Hopefully she'll be nice about it and won't go, just get the fuck away from me. Look
Mo,
at you,
give
something
me
like
one
that.
second. Keep
Yeah,
talking
go ahead.
about this. I gotta go take a piss.
All right. So yeah, that was the whole thing. That was my shot. I've taken a shot once or twice, um, like that, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But you got to take your shot. There is no reason not to, because not knowing and regretting and saying, "Damn, shit, I should have just said something. I should have just whatever." Why not? What's it going to hurt? It's not going to hurt anything. I mean, you might get your pride might get hurt a little bit, possibly, but at least you don't have that regret and go 3 days later, a week later, 2 weeks later. I was like, damn, that girl was just, I should have said something to her, or if you saw something, or you don't want to have that remorse. I always call it like buyer's remorse, or not having asked remorse for whatever it happens to be. So yeah, you take your shot and you see what it is, and you see what happens. Actually, not see what it is. You actually find out what happens one way or the other. That must be a long piss he's taking.
Mo,
Yeah.
I, I
Yo, there he is. He's
really just
back.
walked in.
Okay.
That was a long piss. So that was like four twisted teas
That was four
straight out of the
twisted teas
teapot.
worth.
Cool.
uh,
Yo, best thing I ever did. I put
yeah.
hand sanitizer in here.
Nice. Very good. So yes,
So,
I finished my Shooter's Got to Shoot.
and that's, you know what? A lot of the people don't say stuff like that, right? Like
Hmm.
here's the thing with shooting your shot.
Right.
You always got more bullets.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It,
Exactly. It's not a you have one shot to take and that's it.
no, it's not. We're not talking kill
It's
shot. We're just shooting your shot, right?
yeah, just shoot your shot, take a chance. That's
And
basically all it is. Take a chance, see what you want to do, see if it works out. If it does, great. If it doesn't, move on. It's not
and
the end of the world.
here's the thing with shooting your shot, right? It doesn't turn out bad. It just turns
Hmm.
out not good for a bit, and then you
Hmm.
see how to better your next shot. That's all it is,
Hmm.
right?
Exactly.
And it's
Exactly.
okay. This I did this. This happened. How could I do it so this doesn't happen again?
Right.
And then it's that's what you build off of.
Exactly.
Like who's to say? Look at this, right? Same
Hmm.
woman, but you became an arch. You're the architecture
Hmm. Architect. Architect.
architect.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's all right. All right.
You're an architect, right? And you guys ran into each other the same way.
Hmm.
Who knows? At that point, she could have done some shit different leading there. You
Right.
did just something, and who knows, right? Like it's crazy.
Exactly.
You know, I see some of the chicks that I chased back in the day, right?
Hmm.
And I'm looking at them now, and it's just like they're they're I don't want to say poor, but it's like they're still in the same town I grew up in, which is a beautiful
Hmm.
town, but it's a population of like 10,000 people. I think now
Hmm.
there's 14,000 people there, but it's you know you don't have to leave your town to better yourself, but you don't want to be doing the same thing,
Exactly.
right? And
Exactly.
it's
You just
crazy
you.
looking at shit, and that's dude, I met Paula on Plenty of Fish.
Hmm.
And saw her pic, and I was like, "Yo," I'm like, "Message me back if you're not too cool." That's literally all I
Hmm.
said, and then boom, like that
That
happened,
was it.
right?
Nice.
And I mean, dude,
Yeah.
I used to chase girls, whatever city I worked in, so I could
Right.
spend the night there and not have a far drive to work in the morning. And
That's
I
good.
was thinking, I was like, oh, you know what? Like
Yeah.
where she is like the halfway point. So I was like,
Hmm.
this will be good.
This will be that'll work.
And then boom, yeah, we were, yeah, and that was it. And that was, dude, it's you shoot your shot almost every day with everything.
Hmm.
Like, can I fit into this parking spot? Should I pull out
Right.
right now on this right? Like everything,
Hmm.
everything.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that was a deep shooter's got to shoot.
Hmm.
That was a fucking hardy one.
Definitely.
All right.
Sometimes you got to do that. You got to you got
Well,
to
it
do a different
was
one.
your real.
You got to flip the script every once in a while, as they
That's
say.
we could have did. All right, shooters got to shoot. That one time I took a shot and I fucking V cut my cigar instead of straight cut it. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I had this one cigar that I had been saving for a special occasion, and the occasion came, and I used the V cut, and I didn't realize the V cut wasn't sharp enough, and it ripped the entire cap off. And the whole time I was like I was sucking on the end of the cigar, keep the wrapper on. Come on, man, really? Like that's your shooter's got to
Yeah,
shoot?
yeah. I've done it before, and people are like they tell me something.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it didn't turn out that bad.
No, no.
Like,
The shooter's got to shoot is you see somebody who you know, at least I thought at that time was out of my league. And I just and not looking my best. And she gave me a shot
yeah,
by just calling me back. She gave me a shot. I took my shot and it paid off in the sense that she called me back and we went out and I thought we had a nice time and I left it that way and I waited and she was very polite and said, "No, I don't think, I'm like, that's great. Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting you." And
yeah,
that was it.
yeah,
And that's the whole thing is that if you I would have never known.
yeah.
I wouldn't
Exactly
have
right. You
known that, that I could have taken that shot with that. So even looking at my worst or not at my best, I still was able to, so
yeah.
take take take
That's
take
that's what it
take the
is.
shot. Take the shot. Take the
Take the
shot.
shot, shoot your shot.
Take the
Shooters got to
shot.
shoot.
Take the shot, not to get any deeper. Tomorrow's not promised. Take the shot. Just take the shot,
There we go. Take the
right?
shot.
Take the shot.
That's what it is. And I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out there that you don't want to call it. It's gambling essentially, but it's not
Hmm.
gambling. Like it's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're gonna go down fucking many roads. Like one road you
Hmm.
go right, and the next road I did a left signal when I said
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But
Well, it looked right to me because,
yeah, fuck,
yeah,
that's
we're good.
perfect. Then that's
That's
perfect.
perfect. You're like, I'm gonna go right, but I'm doing a left
Uh,
signal.
but dude, there's so many people out there that are just fucking scared. Like, take a
Right.
fucking shot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, what's the worst that's gonna fucking happen?
Exactly. And then, like you say, this scam, it's not even gambling because it's not really a matter of winning or losing. Yes, you're going to not necessarily gain something, but hey, it paid off to use a gambling phrase. Yeah, it paid off.
Hundred
And then
percent.
if it doesn't work out, there's nothing lost to you other than that opportunity. But there's
Exactly.
another opportunity to be had. So just
Exactly.
go, man. Fucking go.
Here's
Go.
here's one way to look at it. Right? Multiple
Mm-hmm.
roads, multiple paths, multiple shots. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing two fingers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not missing a hand.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm missing two fingers. The only way it affected my life was I got a nickname out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's a fucking legendary nickname. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you go, oh, fingers. JP. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and it's dude. It could have been my hand. That's how I
Right.
look at it, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I was fucking bandaged up, cast up for like 2 months.
Right.
I'm fucking
Yeah.
fine. Like
Exactly.
that's it. Like
Exactly. And you can't fix what happened in the past. You can learn from what happened in the past. You
well,
just can't fix it because what's happened has happened.
well,
There's it's
let's look
that's
at it
it.
this way, right?
Mhm.
You you did what you did,
Mhm.
but I didn't lose my fingers.
Mhm.
Would I, would we have met down the path? I could have just been, JP on the internet.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's it, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, it's yeah,
Yeah, and that's even look at it this way. Even look at even when you say shooters got to shoot. Even with some of these guys, and I'm not saying they're taking a shot, but any of these guys that are DMing, hitting me up, even making a comment, again, they're just they're acknowledge. It's an acknowledgement
yeah.
saying, "Hey,
Well,
hey,
what's the worst that's
I
gonna
see,
happen?
I see what you do." And the worst that'll do is he might ask me a question and say, "Hey, do you have?" Or and I'm always very polite. I'm like, "No, man, I'm unfortunately I don't have that. Unfortunately, I can't get that. And if I can help them, I will. And if it's beyond me, I can't. Because again, there's levels that I look at, especially with some of the people that I know. There's different people that I know on social media. There's people that I know in real life. There's friends that have become family. There's my family. There's whatever. There's I have two best friends.
Yeah,
And they both live luckily very, very close to me. And then I have a lot of really good friends, and those are
yeah,
the friends that you could call up in the middle of the night and go, "Listen, bring bail money. I'm at this police station." And that's what I always joke about. There's a few people that I know that I can, but then again, I also have a bunch of acquaintances. I
yeah,
know a bunch of people, and some of them may think that you're a friend, which is okay. I don't. take it. I don't take offense to it, or I don't. Whatever level you think it's at is fine, and I'm not
Yeah.
necessarily going to correct you. But for me, I know where what gauge is, where what the parameters are for a
Yeah.
friend, an acquaintance,
Yeah.
somebody
Certain
you
things
know
you
from
just can't say
social
to
media.
certain people.
Yeah, and that's
I
it.
might
And
say this to you, but I'm not going
yeah,
to say this.
hmm
And
exactly.
yeah, it's it's learning those lines
Hmm
and playing within those lines, I guess, right? Because
hmm
I mean, you could always fucking let me tell this guy this, but
Right.
you already know what's going to happen if you tell him that,
hmm
right? So and it's
Exactly.
yeah, I mean that's a big friendship. Well, that's what makes a friendship or an
hmm
acquaintance.
Right.
It's what can I trust you with? And
Exactly.
yeah, some
Trust.
people it's just I know not to fucking tell you this.
Right. Trust is a very big part of it. And those are the
Yeah,
ones that you know, and those are the guys that you could tell anything and you know that you're not even have to worry about. Sometimes you even like you kind of have to reiterate it and you go, listen, this is just between me and you. And the guy be like, really? You're gonna I'm like, you know what, you're right. I don't even have to say that because I
yeah,
know it's not gonna go anywhere, but
yeah.
you still say it because sometimes you talk to so many other people
Hmm.
that you almost have to say, and it might not be as deep as something as you're going to talk to your friend about, but
Yeah,
you still want to go, dude, don't, this is just me and you talking right now. This
yeah.
isn't
Everybody
this
doesn't need to
isn't
hear it from your fucking mouth.
this isn't going to be like, dude, I was talking to Mo last night and he said that one time he was in the circus and there was a bearded woman and he thought that it was, I'm like, yeah, come on, like,
I
whatever
don't
the
even know
story.
that. I don't even know this story. I guess I'm an acquaintance.
No, there was, no, there was no bearded woman. No, no, no.
I mean, a
Oh,
beard could be in more than one place.
yeah, that's true. That's true. They got 70s retro bushes coming back.
There. Oh, so I
Or
need
the
to touch.
quarantine the quarantine bush is coming back.
So I mean, you joke about it.
Hmm
So last time I was away with my boys, and last time I was fucking trimmed down there
hmm
was evil. And then we
Right.
went into lockdown. Dude, I haven't fucking trimmed it.
Oh shit.
Dude, haven't fucking trimmed it. And I don't. I think it's just the quarantine thing, where like
Yeah.
I'm married, so I mean it.
Yeah.
She probably prefers it with fucking no hair, just like my fucking
Yeah.
face. But you know, and I was just like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know what it was. It's just like I go to work and then I go home. It's like
Yeah.
I didn't feel the need to have a shaved fucking dick and balls. But it's
Yeah,
even
exactly.
when life's normal, it's not like I'm showing everybody my fucking dick and balls.
Yeah, but you try to be that husband that kind of goes the extra mile for his lovely
I
wife.
guess, yeah.
Just kind of keep things a little man grooming down there.
And
Little
normally, yeah, dude. Normally, it's like once a week,
manscaping, as they say.
and I was like, you know what? If I can't get my fucking hair and my beard lined up,
Hmm
I'm not. If I'm gonna look like this up here, I'm gonna look like this down there. So, and I was just, she's like, "What are you doing?" You know, I ever since
That's
it's been
funny.
happening, I usually
Oh,
walk
that's
around the house naked when I brush my
right,
teeth, and I'll
right.
always stand right next to her while I brush my teeth naked. And she's like, every time, like, why? Every time you stand, and I'm just like, I do it. I like walking around while I brush my teeth, right? Like every step, you're like brushing your teeth, and she's just like, what are you doing? I don't know.
Yeah, it's just something you do.
Yeah, and
It's just something you do. That's funny.
and
That's fun.
she knows, like, I'll stand like out the back door. We got the big patio doors, and I'll literally stand
Right.
there like fucking naked, brushing my teeth. And she's sitting there. That's her office now because she works from home. Like, what are you like? Seriously, like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh,
I,
neighbor.
I know exactly where she's sitting and where
Yeah,
you
oh yeah.
are. Oh
And
my God.
I'll just stand out there, and sometimes I just look at the patio and I look at the
Oh,
backyard, and I'm like, man, it's looking nice right now. Just brushing my teeth, fucking naked.
oh,
It's
that's
a
funny,
fucking like
funny.
retro bush shit I got going on.
Oh,
And I'm surprised actually how fast it grows.
that 70s retro bush will grow fast,
Dude,
man.
it's fucking
But dude,
all you
dude,
mind.
it's 10 weeks. It's just about
Yeah,
10 weeks. We're on week 10 right now. Come on. It's like,
shit.
that
Yeah.
shit'll grow. Like, I mean, today was the first time I took clippers to my beard. Besides the flyaways, I actually thinned
Oh,
it
you
out.
did clean it up too.
I did. I
You
cleaned
got
up a little
the
bit.
length though.
Yeah, I got a little bit just because, and I was kind of edged it a little bit. I did a little line up here, and then just I took it down just a hair, and I just clipped straight across just to give it a little
Yeah.
shape. But yeah, because it was just looking like This.
like this, like
It
this.
was just it looked like that.
It looked like
And I
this.
had and it was starting to split.
Oh
I was
yeah,
starting to get that fork.
yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I gotta hit it. So I took a little time today and did a little manscaping, a little man grooming today.
You
So yeah.
got to, you got to. Dude, I
Yeah,
have
you
like
have to.
fucking neck hair, like that just randomly at straight razor. Dude, this shit's
Mm-hmm.
like growing down to like the fucking like
I
the
know.
start of my spine now. And I know I said this a week into this. The only thing I really miss truly
Mm-hmm.
is, dude, I just want to go to the barber.
Yeah.
Like just the feel of the razor,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just the feel after. It was just like wow, and it's just
Yeah.
it's a clean feeling,
It is. It is.
like a
I do
really
it. I
clean feeling.
I do it twice a week. I shave my head just to even do it because I like one time I let it go for like a week and a half, and it was just so hard to get through with the razor, and I went, no, I got to do it at least twice a week.
I've never
So,
seen you with any hair, actually.
oh yeah, I have a
Actually, no.
couple
At Nat Sherman's, I've seen you with hair.
natural. I think I had your wife's hair on my head at that time. That's a very famous. I almost had the Donald Trump,
Yeah,
the
the
Don that
quaff,
Donald Trump that quaff that he
the
had.
quaff. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
fucking reverse quaff.
Yes. One day I will post a few photos of my different passport photos where I have hair
I
and a
could
full
just
beard.
seriously, I see
Yeah.
no beard, but like
Mhm.
fucking afro,
Mhm.
like fucking
No,
full head of hair, like just
I
go.
had a full head of hair, side part with like a big poof here, and it was thick. And then all of a sudden, in my mid 20s, this shit started going thinner and thinner and thinner. It was like,
Going.
it was like this. It was like, and it was all going away. And then I don't even know when I did it the first time. I think the
That's
first
why I
time I
stopped
did it,
shaving my head.
I just went boom and I shaved my head. And my mother hated it because I think I was still living at home. So it was before I moved out. And she wouldn't talk to me until my hair started growing back. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. And then I grew it back. And then ever since I shaved it, after I kept clipping it down to like a number one, I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna shave it. That's it.
It's just easier at that point, right?
Yeah, I don't even give. I'm not vain. I don't care. And you know what? If I had a square head, it might be different. But thankfully the shit is round. It's
Dude,
a
you
decent
do
shape.
have a fucking beautiful bald head.
Thank you. I
Like
appreciate it.
how your head looks with no hair.
Mm-hmm.
It like I look at you and it's like a fucking full head of hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's how
Mm-hmm.
beautiful bald you are. Is when I look at, I was just like, it's
You got to have
beautiful,
that head.
if not more beautiful than like a fucking afro.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's just like, no, that's Mo. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? It's
I've
crazy.
had it. I've had it for so long. That's why. And it was funny. I was talking to somebody and I asked. I said, "What do you think? Full beard, keep it for a while, or a goatee?" They're like, "No, go back to the goatee." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "As soon as they take us off the leash, I'll
Oh
go
yeah.
back to the goatee." I think I did it because I just didn't feel like shaving the whole thing all the time.
So seriously, I used
Hmm.
to always no guard, buzzers in my
Yeah.
head. And then I was like, shit, wait a minute. I'm like, I started think. I mean, you can still see it now, but
Hmm.
with no guard, I was like, damn, man, that shit's fucking receding.
Mm.
I was like, fuck, never again. I could do that. But
Nah, keep your shit, man. You got hair, keep it.
dude, I've been so desperate just to get like something cleaned up. I was like, I'll do a number one
Yeah.
entire face,
Nah, don't do it.
number one. And I was like seriously, the buzzers
Mm.
are in my spare bedroom.
Don't do it.
They're just sitting there, and I was like, I told her yesterday, I think it was, I was like, you gotta take these out of here, or there's gonna be a fucking mess in the bathroom. And dude, like I think about it, and it's just like, man, I look like I was like 22, 23 again,
Hmm. There you go.
and it's just like, oh fuck, should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do it? Like,
All right, listen, I was going to say sorry to the Rebar viewers that have gotten this far. They're going, are these motherfuckers talking about 70s Bush and man grooming? What in the actual fuck? We're here to talk about some cool shit. Tell us about some new tat or some shit like that. Fuck is going on here?
this is real life shit.
This is real life. You want to hear about new tats? You can check out IG Live. I'll do it there. We're on the Rebar. We talk about whatever the fuck we.
There's no fuck. Who is it? I think it was Gino. Was like,
Mm-hmm,
you know, can we swear? Can we say? And I was like, dude, we can fucking say whatever we want. And then I said the
mm-hmm,
disclaimer, and I was like, dude, anything,
Anything.
anything. And he just boom, we went to town. I talked about how I shouldn't swear as much or really swear at all with the show, and I tried it, and it doesn't work. The not swearing. So it was like, I'll try to incorporate a little bit of not swearing and a little bit of swearing because it sounds fucking weird. Mo's frozen right now. Mo is frozen. He just keeps looking at me like this. It's a very impressive stare. I'm sure. There we go. He's gonna be back. He's gonna be back. He's gonna be back. Mo. He's still not back yet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has just been. It's a real episode. And that's what it runs off of, is just being real. Just being real. And just talking about real things. I got to message Mo real quick. Just to see if he's fucking coming back on or not. Use, what's it called? Chrome. There we go. Use Chrome. He left again. He's going to be back. He's going to be back. You know what? Actually, anybody that listens to this, what has everybody been doing during quarantine? There he is. Mo's back.
I'm back. Sorry.
Mo's back. I was just like,
I had a momentary glitch in the Wi-Fi.
No, you had Rebar internet.
I had Rebar internet a few weeks ago. Yeah.
One of the biggest episodes of my life.
I know.
Let's wait a week.
I'm like, what? I got you a guy who's been on TV, has a Netflix special. He's been on the radio. He does a Patreon show.
Yeah,
that's amazing. And now you're telling me,
oh yeah.
And then he's sitting in the green room going, and he's calling me. He's like, dude, where the fuck is your guy? Where the fuck is this guy?
We were literally fucking yammering back and forth, and all of a sudden it was just like boom, and I was like, fuck, his internet froze. And I pull up my cell phone, and I was like, what the fuck? So I fucking have to turn on the fucking data, and I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I go in the house, looking around, fucking the wife's calling the cable place, like, we'll report it. I hear fucking sirens going down the road. I think I ended up going to the fucking corner store because I was just like fucking pissed. Yeah. So I go to the corner store, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Drunk driver fucking crashed into a pole. Wiped. But
shit happens. What are you gonna do?
It happens. I mean, it ended up but as soon as it happened, I was like, gotta get on the phone with the Moenager. And I was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, my fucking internet's done.
It was all good. Bobby was fine with it.
It happened.
It was good. It happens. Yeah, shit happens. What are you gonna do?
All right, Mo, we got to get into a new segment.
All right, let's do it.
It's not a new segment. It's just a new segment right now for the show.
Okay.
So that is what plugs JP's Vitola, what cracks my wrapper, what tunnels my cigar, what pisses me off. What pisses me off. That's brought to you by Nickel City Cigars. When you're looking for your crown heads, your Roma Craft, but what else can we get at Nickel City Cigar?
Tatuaje.
Letelier. Surrogates. He's always got them. And he also has United Cigars. Hit up nickelcitycigars.com. Use promo code REBAR. Save yourself some coin. It's a veteran business, veteran-owned business, local business to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a small business. So you got to support small businesses. What better time now than to support a small business?
Absolutely.
That's it. All right. So do you think you can think of something that cracks your Vitola, cracks your wrapper?
Mine, cigar industry related, of course.
It could really be. It could be anything. It's up. This is all you. What you say?
Okay.
We'll go with.
You go first.
All right. So mine is. It's sort of a joke. How do you know somebody has a Traeger? You know the barbecues, the Traeger barbecues.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
They just fucking constantly tell you. It's like being vegan or doing CrossFit. Mm-hmm. People with Traegers will constantly tell you this was smoked on a Traeger. It's like, dude, we fucking get it. We fucking get it. Like, people use the word Traeger now. Like, it's like, I'm vegan or I'm keto or I'm, CrossFit.
Yep.
And it's just, they fucking play. It's like, I get it, dude. You paid $1,000 for a barbecue. Okay, we get it. Like,
A
You
friend
know,
of mine just got a Traeger.
so watch how often they use the word. You'll
Yes,
be like,
it's funny that you say that because he said it a couple of times when we were talking, and he's like, "Yeah, I got the pellet smoker, and I got the Traeger, and then I was doing the steaks on it, and then I'm like, all right,
yo, seriously, you could be like, you could be over there having a barbecue and be like, man, these
mm-hmm,
burgers are good. They could be homemade burgers. You've never had this recipe before, and he's like, the
mm-hmm,
fucking Traeger. No, it's not the recipe. It's just like, yeah, the Traeger. I hit him
mm-hmm,
with some oak smoke, and I just, I smoke, and it's just like everybody I know. I got two friends that got Traegers.
mm-hmm.
Steady, and it's like,
Oh yeah,
I get it. You barbecued yesterday. You said you had a Traeger. A
mm-hmm.
day later, you're barbecuing again, like you're gonna do. It's warm out, and you're like, yeah, on the Traeger. And it's like,
Oh,
we get it. You've never posted a barbecue picture before until you got the Traeger.
mm-hmm.
Like you just didn't have it one day and then not the next day. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
that's what plugs my Vitola is the people with Traegers. Like, dude, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like we get it.
Well,
You
I'm
got
going to lead into the same thing. I don't necessarily what plugs my Vitola, what fucking tunnels my cigar is when people are so label conscious about whatever it happens to be in their life,
sorry,
and
Mo.
they just
There we go. There we go.
no,
There we
no, product placement is different.
Oh, I just let me itch
Product,
my face.
hold on,
Let me
you got to. Oh, Yuma Smart, that's right. Yuma Smart is in there as well. That's right. You know what it is?
product.
It's
I was talking about product placement. Just let me put half my body over this section here.
no, product placement is different. It's when you're talking with a friend and he's just like, this is a what? This is this. It's like he has a
Oh,
name for his jacket, for this is a whatever, this is a this. And one day I looked at him and I go, I don't give a fuck.
but
Do you
so
see me? Do you see me fucking tell you I wear $15 from Walmart Wrangler jeans because they fit, they last a long time. I buy 4 pair at a time, and I don't give a fuck, and I don't care if anybody knows they're Wranglers. Who cares? I don't necessarily go out and I'm gonna wear Yeezys. I wear fucking Under Armour. It doesn't matter if it's good, if it works for me. I'll pay for something really good, but I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, is that a, whatever. I'm going to look at the logo and he goes, yeah, that's a whatever. It's even with the knives. Like somebody made a comment one day on one of my posts about the knife. I thought he was talking about the hard case that I had. And he goes, no, I was talking about the knife. I'm like, oh shit, sorry, that was a Spyderco. Like I
mhm.
don't, I have,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
have, I have Microtex, I have Spydercos, I have very expensive knives because I enjoy knives. I have
Mhm.
Bokers, the German knife. But it's not something where I go, whatever. I have you know, whatever it happens to be. I'm like, oh, whatever.
So I gotta feed into this a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess I'm guilty of it at the same time. So you got like, yeah, let's hop in the Beamer. Not
Mm-hmm.
hop in my car, like, yo, let's take the Beamer. You're
Mm-hmm.
not like, let's go hop in my Dodge Ram 1500.
Right. No, I said let's go in
You
the
know what I mean?
truck.
But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, we'll go take my Jeep.
Right. But Jeep is that's a different
So
animal.
is it? That's what I'm questioning.
It
I'm
is.
like, fuck, I'm so guilty. I'm like, yeah, we'll
No,
take the
no,
Jeep
no,
to the
no,
store.
no. Jeep is it because Jeep is a type of vehicle.
Okay, all right.
That's it. Jeep is a type of vehicle. And I'll say that it's more in specifically because you have a whatever YJ,
Wrangler,
whatever
the Wrangler.
Wrangler.
Yeah,
So
the old,
you have a Wrangler. You have a Wrangler. So you have that's what I had one as well. But the Jeep is the Jeep. But now if you own the Jeep Grand Cherokee,
oh
I
fuck,
don't. I might go. You might go. Let's go take the Jeep. I'm like, okay. He's
yeah.
saying a Jeep, but as long as you're not going, let's go in the Grand Cherokee with the leather seats and the get the fuck
People
out of
do
here.
that though. They're like, yeah, we'll go take my Beamer. And it's like,
And the Beamer, listen, I owned one as well. I had one, but I used to refer to it as my convertible. I'll take the
hell yeah.
convertible out, and that was it because I didn't care about the name. I'm going to take my bike out. People know I ride a Harley. That's okay. I mean,
But
I
see,
don't go. I'm going to go take the
that's
Harley.
another thing. People are insanely like, let's go hop
Mm-hmm,
on the Harley, and it's like, okay, we
mm-hmm,
get it, dude. Every fucking everything you're wearing right now says Harley on it.
mm-hmm.
Like, let's go hop on that. But then again, at the same time, everybody that wears Harley, half the time, fucking some of these people just drive e-bikes and they're wearing all this
Yes,
fucking Harley gear.
exactly.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
dude. There's people out there like, oh, did you just say something on my jeans?
Yeah,
It's like these are Versace.
yeah.
I don't even actually know if Versace makes jeans.
Dude, I don't even know any of the names. I know there's some jean company. It's not even my. I don't care. I
Uh,
wear them for comfort and functionality, and that's it. I don't care the sneakers I wear. I enjoy. I hadn't even been wearing sneakers for years. I bought a pair last year because every time I went to the show, my feet were killing me depending on what kind of shoes I was wearing. And then I said, fuck it, I'm just going to get a good pair of sneakers. And I did, and I enjoy wearing them. And but most of the time I'll wear boots,
Mm-hmm.
other than that. And I don't go, look, I'm wearing Bates boots. I just wear a pair of boots that I know that I've had for years and they're good quality.
Yeah.
And, I can wear them 7, 8, 9, 10 years and I
Yep.
won't have to worry about buying another pair. That's about it. So I'll spend the money, but I don't. If somebody asks me and I go, "Are those Bates?" and I'll go, "Yeah," but I won't go. Oh look, yeah, my Bates boots are the best because they have the side zipper and the Velcro. The fuck, who
So
cares?
on the boot stuff, you know who's fucking
Mm,
guilty of that? Anybody?
go.
Traeger people are fucking Red Wing people. Yeah, let me go put on the Red
Mm,
Wings.
there you go.
Steady, steady. And
Hmm.
I don't know what it is. It's just, it really comes out. Like you know what I'd be stoked on? It's like, oh, do you want to drive or you want me to drive? They're like, no, I'll drive. And it's like, let's hop in my Chevy Cobalt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Dude, I'd be impressed if somebody is like, yo, let's go hop in my Chrysler K car.
right.
I'd be like, no shit. Like, seriously? They're like, yeah, my cake. And it's like, you could call that a K car.
Hmm.
Like, but yeah, it's certain people just put certain fucking labels on things. Like, oh, what'd you have for
Uh,
dinner last? It's what'd you have for dinner last night? Well, I put on my Red Wings.
right.
I hopped on my Harley, and then I
Hmm.
drove and picked up my Traeger.
Right.
And it's just like, why do you? The need to label things.
Yeah.
So
That's all right. I mean, I guess that's for them that kind of I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It just kind of justifies, that they I don't
yeah,
want to say justify, maybe that's the wrong word, but it just kind of, I don't know, it's just something they do.
it's like a
They
humble
do
brag, I guess.
it. You know what? That's probably what it is. It's
It's
a
like,
humble brag. It's the
yeah,
same. It's the same. Listen, honestly, it's the same with watches. I have
oh yeah,
a couple of expensive watches. I do. I enjoy them. I was lucky enough to get one at a great. Actually, I was lucky enough to get all three of my watches at a nice discount because again, some people. So luckily, you get hooked up. But I bought them and I didn't get the top end. I got what I could afford. And when I bought the last one that I got for my 55th birthday, I sold two watches to get this one
hmm
and then put in a little bit extra money. And I said, you know what? That's the way. It's like two old out and one new one in because I don't need them. I don't hardly wear them.
yeah. If you're
And
not
now,
wearing them, right, let's
honestly,
replace it with something you will wear.
no, I flip between three watches. Basically, that's it. The three different ones that I wear. And there's probably two that I wear almost every other day, and then the other one I pepper in every once in a while, when I want to
hmm
wear something, when I want to wear something different, and then I have just like a regular bang around Citizen, and I love Citizen watches, so I just wear a Citizen as well, and it's great, and it's a very simple watch. It's literally it's a quartz, it's an eco drive, so it never needs a battery. In
hmm
fact, it went dead after a while because it was sitting in my drawer upstairs in my bedroom, and I was like, shit, because it hadn't gotten any sun in a while.
That's that quarantine life.
Yeah, that's that quiet. So what I did was I put it in the kitchen, open the shades in the kitchen, and I sat it there for a week. Battery recharge, boom, everything was back.
That's awesome.
That was
That's
it.
that's
So
that
this one I don't have to worry
ultimate
about it.
quarantine watch where it's just
Yeah,
dead. You
yeah.
like the day doesn't matter, the time
No,
doesn't fucking matter.
no, it makes no difference.
Quarantine,
Yeah,
quarantine.
yeah.
All right, Mo, we got to get into touching tips. Usually it's touching tips with JP and Evan. We're
Mm-hmm.
touching tips. Now it's going to be touching tips with Mo and JT.
Mm-hmm.
Mo and fuck,
Okay.
JT. I said. Now it's touching
JT.
tips with Mo and JP, and that's brought to you by
All right.
Sir Louis Cigars. When you're looking to swing that big boutique dick around of yours, flex to everybody, show everybody you got those boutique cigars, you got to hit up Sir Louis Cigars. Hit him up on Instagram, Sir Louis
Mm-hmm.
Cigars. Slide into his DM, hey, and mention that you listen to the fucking Rebar show. Swing that
Nice.
big boutique dick around. All right. So touching tips, usually it's advice.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tip or advice. I guess it's the same shit, right?
Right. Right.
You want to go for? Do you have a tip, or did you want to freelance off my tip, or I'll say my
I'll
tip first, and then you can
yeah.
go.
Go ahead. You go first.
All right. So my tip is to people. I mean, it's almost like an angry tip. I don't know. It's if I see it, it irritates me.
Mm-hmm.
is when people will post a picture of theirs, or it could be their cigar, it could be their alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and they literally caption what it is. It's like
Mm-hmm.
smoking this fucking. It's like smoking a fucking fuck. What's a good one to use? Uh it's like just lit up this Cohiba, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
no shit, and it's like
Right.
having some of this Elijah Craig, and it's like, dude, it's there in the picture.
Right.
Like, get creative with what you're captioning.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah. If
why are you just literally you made it such a clear point to take a picture of this where you could see these labels.
mm-hmm.
Why are you now trying to spell it out for me? Like, if
I don't
people
know.
don't know what it is, they'll
Yeah.
ask you in your comments, like what you hope for,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's you're gonna
Yes.
get the comments when you leave something questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Exactly. If you had it with no band and it was just a regular glass of, whatever it happened to be, even a rocks glass full of an amber liquid,
yeah,
then somebody might go, "Hey, what are you drinking? What are you smoking?
yeah, yeah.
What are you pairing up tonight?" And that's what and you know what? And but for me, I used to do that and I was guilty because a lot of times people
We've
were
all been
looking.
guilty of it, dude. I used to
No,
do it
but
steady.
I was guilty and I did it steady because what I wanted to do was say, hey, if you're wondering what it is, this is what it is. And it wasn't that I was trying to say it's a tatuaje or an atelier or a surrogates. It's more because the nature of my social media is really business, so to
Oh,
speak.
100%.
Right. And
That
then,
that goes hand in hand.
right, that goes hand in hand. So I would do that. But now it's gotten to the point where I don't care. Not that I don't care. I figure everybody knows and they can, if they really want to ask me, hey, which
It's
one
a
is it?
company that needs no
Right.
introduction.
Right. If you need to know what exactly I'm smoking, which Fausto I'm smoking, if
Yeah.
it's a 114, a 127, a 140, a 153, I'll tell a 166, I'll tell you which one it is. If
Fosco
that's
166, best size ever.
yeah, you like that short
That's my
Churchill,
fucking
huh?
size. That's my size, dude.
Yeah. I like the 153, I like the 140 and the 114.
I mean, they're all good, but
They're all good.
I don't know. I don't know. Something just about the 166,
Mm-hmm.
dude. That puts me on. It's a
Yeah.
great cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my perfect size for a great cigar because it's like, I'm getting an hour and a half, an hour 45 out
Right.
of the fucking thing,
Right.
right? Where it's just pure fucking goodness the entire
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yep.
So just to touch
Mm-hmm.
on what we just talked about a little bit.
Right.
It's like smoking an unbanded cigar, right? And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
no fucking shit, it's unbanded, dude. You took a fucking perfectly good picture of it where it's not banded,
They're being Captain Obvious by
and it's just
saying
like,
here's
no way,
smoking
that's an
some
unbanded cigar.
smoking some unbanded goodness. Now, if you say smoking some unbanded goodness from, and then you say the
Yes,
company,
yes,
that's great because then you can go, hey, did you take the band off of
yeah.
something and you're just doing it that way?
Well,
Or now you're gonna begin getting that conversation, those comments coming out. But if you do it and you say, I don't know what this is, and it's happened to me where I go, I have no fucking clue
oh,
what this
100%.
is, and I'll smoke it and I'll go, holy shit, this was great.
Yeah,
I don't know who makes it. I don't know where it was because it was in a bag that I didn't put a
yeah.
little sticker on to tell me what it was, like some of my friends. And I'm just like, I don't know, but it was good.
Dude, I would have posted this. Let's say I did post it. I was like smoking either a double D, a Tobacco Plaza double D,
Right.
and I would have told them it was
Right.
unbanded, or a Gran Cajono.
Right.
And it's like, now I look like a fucking idiot.
Well,
First off,
The Gran Cajon is not torpedo, so you would have been yeah. People would have
first,
been like, dude, what the don't you know you're supposed to be a tat guy? How
yeah,
are you gonna say that it's a Grand Kohonu? What are you talking
yeah.
about?
And then they're like, "Why'd you just tell me it was unbanded? I could see
Oh,
that."
I know, right? You could tell it was unbanded. Oh my
Seriously, from
god.
now on, I'm just gonna take my cigar bands off every cigar and just
Yeah,
post it unbanded.
yeah,
Like, unbanded this, and they're like, "How'd you get it unbanded?" And it's like, I just
yeah.
fucking slid the band off. That's it.
Mm,
I literally just slid the band off.
yeah. My touching tip is probably close to yours as well, is that there's just, with social media and everything that's there, I really do enjoy it, and I like the effort that it takes people to get these amazing shots.
Hmm.
But for me, I always wonder: are they really? Is it about the shot, or is it about them actually enjoying and smoking the cigar? That's for me. And
I
now I can gauge it by the person because
Yeah,
a lot of times I've had enough interaction where I know who they are. And I'm
Yeah.
going, yeah, he's just like taking an amazing shot. There's a guy in Europe that I love, and I know he's a big cigar guy for sure. Big Cuban, um, Ingvar's
Yeah.
cigar
Oh,
page.
gorgeous shot.
Ingvar,
Gorgeous.
yeah, always the most beautiful composed shots and everything like that. And I just think they're amazing. And I was like, wow, man, he takes some beautiful shots in the espresso and the coffee, and he'll have like, he might have like 6K D'Orsay's, and he might have, 5 Bolivars or whatever it happens to be. But I know he does. And then I'll see some of the guys posting, or I'll see some of the cigar ambassadors, some of the people that you see that are repurposing
Yeah.
shots, or taking like 9 shots of the same thing so
Yeah.
they can post it, a different time. Okay, I get it. You might not have enough cigars to do that. And again, I'm not trying to throw shade. All I'm bringing it to the attention, because we're talking about touching tips. It's more about like, if that's the case, then just post less. You don't have to post as
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
you know?
If you're not thoroughly going to enjoy the cigar and take
Yeah.
time to enjoy the cigar, why do you take that much time to put it into the photography?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it's at that
Well,
point,
we well
it's quote unquote, you're
we
doing it for the likes.
exactly, and that's what we know. We know that a lot of people are out there to do it for the likes, and I
Oh, it's like
know,
the
uh,
flex, and it's
I listen. Do I flex every once in a while by pulling out a box of something to open? Absolutely.
you fucking
But
smoke it.
without question. But when I break open a box, I share it and I smoke it.
Yeah, that's a
It's
dude. If you
really,
bust
really
something out,
simple.
you're fucking smoking it,
I'm smoking it. I
and
was,
that's it.
I sent some to Bobby. I sent some to Aaron. Ron Bennington, he was really nice. Put up a little Instagram story for me, and actually mentioned me on the radio show a couple times. He was very, very cool, because he was even doing a segment with his people on the, because they're doing quarantine radio. He's on Sirius XM, and he's a big time cigar smoker. And I've met Ronnie and smoked with him a couple of times, and he's just a great guy.
Mhm.
And he's talking on the radio, and he was like, he's asking one of them. He goes, "What's my favorite cigar brand?" And the one guy goes, "I know this. I know this." He goes, "Tatooine," and he's like, "No, no." And then the other guy's like, "Tata," and then his daughter Gail goes, "What did she say?" She said, "Tatuaje." I was laughing.
Accent
And
on the hay.
on the hay. And then when he did his Instagram story, it was nice. I mean, it's nice in the sense that I sent him the cigars to send it to him, but he was so cool when I was chatting with him. He's like, dude, you don't have to send me anything. He goes, we're just pals, Like, I'm like, I understand. I know that you appreciate it. He goes, I know that you have a lot of people that hit you up. I'm like, I'm sending it to you because I know you're going to enjoy the cigar. And
Yeah,
the funny thing is he posted another video. He was standing, I think, in front of Central Park,
yeah,
right
yeah,
by the
yeah. I
wall.
remember seeing
Did,
that.
did you see that one? And he had a red bandana on, and he was smoking an Ambos Mundos. I sent him, and I started laughing. I was like, "Holy shit!" He was smoking it through the bandana.
Yeah, yeah. It's This has been a solid episode, Mo. There's been
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
great advice, some manscaping or
Yes,
manscaping or style tips
style
potentially.
tip.
You know,
Yes.
we could call it style if you want to grow the bush. If you don't want to grow the bush, you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Spice up your life a little bit. I don't know.
Exactly.
Uh, no, it's been a very well rounded episode. We had cigar
Cool.
talk, a little bit of lifestyle talk. We had,
Hmm.
we dropped we dropped some big names.
Yes, we did a few here and there.
Yeah. No, it's been a good episode. I got
Cool, bro.
a couple last things. Couple last things.
Go ahead, hit it.
The only thing I set my drink on, other than the cigar box, because I just took it off, my
Hmm.
Cigar Zona coaster, fully customized
Nice.
coaster. The
Very
one and
nice.
only Rebar. He also does all my ashtrays in here that I use.
Hmm.
Cigar Zona, hit him up. Use promo code #Rebar. And another thing I got to touch on, um, you don't want to have a lot of money and not use a bank or invest it, right? So you have all these cigars, fucking take care of them,
Yeah.
right? You know what's going to take care of your cigars, your investment. It's rolled up money. That's what
Hmm.
cigars are. It's rolled up money.
Sure.
You got to take care of your cigars. You got to be smart. You want to do it, I guess, the easiest way possible. The easiest, but the most efficient, the most accurate, and I want to call it the safest way.
Hmm.
At the Rebar, we're big fans of the 69. And when I say 69, I mean the Humasmart 69 pack. This thing will take care of almost all my cigars. I have one of these in everything I keep my cigars in. And you know what? Foolproof. Foolproof. It's 100% return investment. It's got a little
Nice.
card in the back of it. It's about 1.5 inches by 2 inches. It's red right now, right? That means it's good. When it goes
Right.
blue, replace it. That's all you got to do. Be smart
Nice.
about it. When you take care of your cigars, use Huma Smart. I think it's promo code hashtag Rebar or promo code something with a 20 in. I don't know. Just mention that you heard it from the show. Take care of your shit. That's all you got to do.
Nice.
All right, Mo. If we've taken anything from this episode, what do you think it is? What could we take back from this episode? And we'll finish it up.
Take back from the episode is just be real.
Be real.
Tomorrow's not. Be real.
Be
Be
real.
real at its most basic. Be real. Tomorrow's not promised. Smoke your cigar. Share the leaf. The social experience is why we do this, and we really do enjoy it. So that's why I said go back to just be real. Be who you are.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to be. You don't have to flex. You don't have to do it. I understand every once in a while you do it just to go, hey, hey, look at me. Look what I have. I get it. I get it. I do it from time to time, but I do it more out of sheerly an entertainment side, not
So
to go, here, look, check out what I have. And I have none. No, I don't. I have a box, a half a box here and there, some full boxes. And I like to show them because once I crack it open, I'm going to start to smoke them. I don't give a shit.
yeah. So
They're meant to be smoked. There's my new hashtag. They are meant to be smoked.
they're meant to be smoked.
Yep.
Mo uses that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna fucking use them and smoke them, use it.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
so here's what I gotta say. You've always done that. You've done
Mm-hmm.
it with me. You've done it with a bunch of my
Mm-hmm.
friends, a bunch with our friends,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
And we talked a lot of shit about just being real, right?
Yeah.
You've known me for a long time now.
Yeah.
I don't put on a show.
No.
That's
No.
if I post a video shotgunning a beer, it's like I'll literally
Yeah.
my wife's like, "What are you doing?" And it's just like,
They're
or
one of the realest persons, one of the realest people, one of the realest people. God, can't even talk. And I'm not drinking. One of the realest people I know,
must be
and
breathing on you.
that's why. Yeah, that's why I like the show, and that's why in talking about what you do as opposed to what other people do, you're real. This is who you are. If you were to turn this shit off, not record it, and just go, now we're gonna have a conversation. The same conversation would continue. It
That's
would be the
why
exact same way.
you were here when this place was just
Mhm.
called the Rebar. There was no show.
Right.
There was nothing.
No.
And dude, if anything, I was probably actually, believe it or not, I was actually worse off camera.
Mm.
And it and that's what it's not a fucking show.
Mm.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. It's something that you do that you happen to share with people and that you're lucky enough to get people to come on
I
and
don't
share their
share it.
stories with them.
I
Yeah.
don't want to share it, right? Because sharing would
Mm.
be like, let me share this with you. I
Mm.
want everybody to experience it.
Okay, then it's not a
It's
share.
something
It's an
I
experience.
want them to do, not me
Right.
share with them, right? Like
Right.
dude, there's people out there like, dude, I need to come to the Rebar. And it's like, yeah, dude, I had a guy here from all the way up in Kingston. So probably like 4 hours away from here up north, right?
Right.
Was a fan of the show, right? He hit me up. He's like, hey, I'm in Niagara Falls for the weekend for it was his wife's birthday, right?
Right.
And you probably know him, Ink Ginger.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, I'm down for my wife's birthday. Can we smoke? And I was like, yeah, would you? He's like, you want to meet up? And I was like, dude, just come over to the Rebar. Never met
Right.
this guy, just a little bit of interaction on the internet.
Right. Right.
Dude, he came over and I literally walked in. I was like, here. He's like, what's this? I was like, well, we got a shotgun of High Life.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, seriously? He's like, it's 11 in the morning. And it's like, dude, like this is just what you're going to do. You shotgunned it. I was like, all right. I'm like,
this
here's
is what we do.
Sip. I go, last time I talked to you, you said you wanted to try this bourbon. And it's like, here, like let's have. And he's like, oh, like, he sat down and we just started shooting the shit. He's like, this, like,
Yeah.
it's like there's a camera and it's, dude, that's
That's it.
how I am and just how it's not how I choose to function. It's just how I function.
Right.
And
That's why I said it's be real, and you're real. So that's it. I'm not trying to blow smoke up his ass. I'm just telling you guys, in case you guys haven't figured it out by now, he's just real. This is how he is. If you think, oh shit, he's out of control, and he's at no, this is how. If we're up there for Rebar, if I'm up there just hanging out for a weekend, if I'm up doing an event in Buffalo, I know that I got a place to go crash. We come up to the Rebar. One time before we were going to do Evil, went up to the spot up there. We smoked. His wife is one of the nicest people. dude, we woke up the next morning. We had breakfast plates made for us. All we had to do was heat them up. How fucking great was that?
She cut the bagels for us. All we had to do was
She
push them
cut the
in the fucking
bagels. That was
toaster, put
it.
the
We put
cream
them in the
cheese on.
toaster. Everything else was done. I'm like, what the? I would have had a shitty dried out toast with some sausage that was mostly sawdust at the hotel. Instead, I got a good breakfast, and then we drove to Eville, and then we had a killer weekend. Man, it was great.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just be a real person. That's it. Don't try
that's
to
it.
front. Don't try to fake. And
Yeah,
just be a real person, and that's all
exactly.
it is. You're gonna get a lot more out of life when you're just a
Hmm.
real person. You're gonna be
I
able to
got you.
absorb everything. You're gonna take everything is gonna be now gold to you when you're a real person, right?
Exactly.
People see that at at face value, right?
Hmm.
And they're gonna act this way towards you or not act out. If depending on how they act, they just have to realize that's you. If they act
That's who you
negatively,
are.
then that's them. Just they're negative now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's be a real person and
Be real.
don't do things with the intent to harm people.
That's it.
You know what I mean? And I'm negative all the time on the show, but it's not directly to hurt people.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It's
We'll leave you
it's
with
how I see things.
we'll leave you with be real.
Be real.
That's
Be
it.
real.
Be real.
Ladies and gentlemen, until next week, another episode of the One and Only Rebar with Tatlat Mo, aka Mo, aka my Moenager. Until next week, suckers.
Peace.